I was a very good witness to the madness that was WCW. I've got lots to say about it. What a bunch of idiots, imbeciles, stupid as it gets. Stupid, clueless idiot, a bunch of clueless nuts. Is there anybody here that's got any brains? Stupid, stupid, stupid every day, every night. So stupid. Just really stupid. The biggest cutthroat bunch of conniving, backstabbing idiots you've ever seen in your life. That is such bullshit. It's the work of an idiot. Pathetic, really stupid idiots. Are you an idiot? Lost idiot? He was the shits. You will always be seen as a complete failure. The term motherfuckers would have been crossing my mind pretty regular. Thanks for nothing. Go fuck yourselves.
What happens at the beginning of that clip? It sounds like his throat is like he has like saliva stuck back there.
He's just old.
Yeah. He's like really WCW.
He sounded more like Stu the older he gets.
True. Guys, welcome back in 2026. Because last episode we were in 2025. We're time traveling, and we are doing 3 TV shows, 1 Nitro and 2 Raws, because Peacock said fuck WWE stuff because the contract was over and pretty much all their content is gone off of there. So we had to do an audible, and we're still trying to think how we're going to watch most of the stuff, but some of it is still intact for us to watch in 1996 still, right?
Yeah, for the immediate future, like probably next month or so, it looks like we're not going to have any roadblocks in terms of content. But when it gets to be the next WCW pay-per-view, that might be when we hit a snag.
Yeah.
Because so far, there's like no 1996 WCW pay-per-views except for one, and it's like uncensored. It's like the one we already fucking watched.
Yeah.
So hopefully they'll have that fixed. And if we usually record every 2 weeks, so there's a little buffer zone there. We had to cut ECW because that shit's just gone. It's not on anywhere right now.
I wonder if they're gonna. Do they have a ECW channel yet?
They don't. I thought they would have because they made a WCW channel, but they don't. It's just they have a place in the WWE Vault channel that has ECW shit in it. But it's just matches. It's not like full events or anything.
I kind of wonder if there's any like licensing issue, probably. Maybe.
I don't think so because they went back and scrubbed everything and they own the video libraries. So, you know.
I don't know. But we're going to still chip away at the Monday Night Wars. So the first set of Monday, we have April 1st. This is April Fool's Day. And boy, do we get a lot of those jokes in both shows. But always, we're going to start off with WC. Oh, we're getting some color, by the way. I don't know if I said the title of the show, but we are here. I'm Joe Dubs, and this is Zach. And we're going to be starting off with WCW Monday Nitro. And I don't know where the hell they were because, I don't know, Sting and the Giant were just fucking fighting already.
I think they did mention where they were really quickly. It's just I didn't write it down. So
yeah, me either.
They're fucking somewhere.
Yeah. But it's just like the first time like we went straight into a match like this on Monday Night Nitro.
Like this, it's I think, yeah, where it's like a match is just unfolding right when it tunes in.
Maybe like I think there was like a Hulk Hogan storyline that happened like that, where it opened up into a match.
Yeah. But I was like, oh, okay, there's shit happening right now. Sting's in there with the Giant and Jimmy Hart's there, and I guess it is a match, so they start.
Yep. And this is where it's like gets confusing now because everything is like there's continuity errors that somehow like they try to. We'll get to it near the main event, but it seems like because Jimmy Hart has his hands in so many fucking cookie jars, like it's starting to affect shit a little bit. Like he's the fucking the stirrer that stirs the drink essentially in the storylines, Jimmy Hart, and it's kind of funny.
Yeah, right now he's involved in a few different things, but I don't have a lot of notes about this match because it's kind of short.
It's chaos.
It's basically just chaos. Yeah, it's like the bell rings, and Sting's punching him and doing drop kicks, and he's chop blocking him. He even goes off the top rope to hit a chop block on the Giant, which I was like, that's a good idea. How come nobody does that to big guys?
Because they're stupid. They want to do video game character moves.
They are, and something. This is something I've seen come up a lot in modern wrestling. Well, not in modern wrestling, but like outside of it, I guess, in the periphery where people do interviews with other people and stuff in wrestling. Like, when Omos does those interviews, sometimes people go like, "You're like the biggest guy they have, but they don't really use you that much." He's like, "That's right, yeah." And he goes, "There's not really big guys in wrestling anymore, like you or Big Show or Kane." And he's like, "Yeah, you're right, and it's true. If you sit there and really think about it, there's not wrestlers that size anymore."
Yeah, I what Vince should have done with Omos is what he did with Andre the Giant, Great Khali, all the big guys that usually come where they're like, "Oh my god, he's so huge" and stuff. Like that should be like an attraction. Be like, that's gonna be at the pay-per-view. Sometimes he'll show up and do like a promo, but like you want to see him in action, you have to wait for that. And
they should do the same thing with him right now. I thought they were going to, but it's like they keep dragging their feet with this guy and just not doing anything with him.
I think they like right now the NXT guy Obafemi or something like that.
Yeah, he's a pretty big guy, but he's not like giant sized,
True, yeah.
He's like 6'4" or something. It looks like maybe a little less than that. He's like Lex Luger size or something.
Yeah.
But anyways, Sting is like, he hits the ropes like 3 times. You're like, oh shit, what's he gonna do? He's gonna hit some big move. He tries to do crossbody, he just bounces off Giant, which is kind of funny looking. And then he just elbow drops him. They ended up out on the floor for a minute. I don't really remember how that happened because this is all happening so fast. And there's this cool moment though where it's like he gets the better of Sting though, and he dumps him back in the ring somehow. And he's getting up on the apron, and Sting's up, and he grabs him by the throat. And he's like, he's gonna choke slam. He's like, what the fuck's he gonna do? He's basically just gonna choke slam him in the ring and get back in the ring and pin him. You think? But Sting like jumps up with him, so he like leaped even higher, and he like kicked him in the face to get out of the choke slam, and he knocked the Giant off the apron. I'm like, oh, that was fucking cool.
Yeah, it was.
And then Giant's like pissed, and he gets in the ring, or he gets ready to get in the ring, but Lex Luger just slides into the ring all of a sudden. He's like, come on, get in here. And then Sting's like, yeah, get the fuck in here. And then he's like, no. And he just leaves. And that's the end of the match because they just count him out, I guess.
Is that an angle?
Yeah, it ended. I'm like, this wasn't a squash. It wasn't a showcase. Angle.
Because like they're showing how shaky the Sting and Lex Luger and Jimmy Hart thing going on, and it's like they're trying to show that more because it's like Sting is gullible. He's gonna get fucking attacked at some point again. He
is, and yeah, I guess they're trying to still continue the Lex Luger Sting friends angle.
Yeah.
And it's been questionable lately because it's like Lex hasn't been tagging with Sting, and he's like, I'm still your friend, brother. So I'm still here. So I didn't score this because it's not really
me either. It almost felt like a pre-recorded thing that they just wanted to show.
Oh, they were lying to us this whole time about being live.
Yeah. I don't know. Anyway. We have Eric Bischoff, Bobby Heenan, and Mongo on the commentary. I'm sure we'll see a sign somewhere in WWF about them soon.
Oh yeah, Pepe's dressed as a leopard print cowboy.
Like,
all right. I mean, at least it looked that way in the video I was watching because the quality wasn't as good because I can't watch it officially, so I'm not stealing anything. So, nobody is. You don't offer it, it's not stealing.
Yep. So we have a triple tag team match.
Yeah, they call them triangle matches. That's what they always call them in WCW.
Yeah. I never like these because I just don't like how they're structured, because they have to like be two teams in the ring and then one's on the outside, so like you have to tag each other in.
Yeah, you can tag somebody else in that doesn't want to be in, or you could create. They always bring this up. Oh, you could tag one guy in, then you could like tag his partner, and they have to fight each other. And that almost never fucking happens.
Yeah.
And it's stupid to even bring it up because it's like, why would they even fight each other? They could just tag back out. They don't have to fight each other. But what are we doing? I don't know. Let me tag this other guy. Now, the only way they could prevent that is if they jump down off the apron. And it's like, shit, we can't tag anybody.
Yep.
Then you pull a Shawn Michaels and a Triple H, and you just lay down, let him pin, and then you win.
Yeah.
So you beat yourself, so you won. You lost, but you won. What does that mean?
I don't know. Draw?
I had to like unpeel that whole banana just to see where it would go. But
yeah, because you explain all that shit, and then you watch this shit. Now, keep in mind, there's some good moments in there, but it's like, I was like, this whole match is just gonna be them going around the fucking arena and hitting each other, and because Nasty Boys are the Nasty Boys. Road Warriors hate the Steiner brothers because the Steiner brothers got showed them up and stuff. But I don't know. I didn't enjoy this match. If you haven't haven't been hearing in my voice,
I'm kind of surprised because I actually thought this was pretty good, and they didn't really spend a bunch of time fighting on the outside. It was mostly contained in the ring.
I just think the time limit was too long for this match.
Well, you know what? It's good that they gave this match the most time, maybe. Out of everything else that was on the show.
Yeah, true.
So, but I don't have a bunch of notes about this one either because it's just there was so much action happening. It was hard to keep up, so I couldn't do that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like cliff notes. But I will say this: Eric said before this match that Public Enemy was going to be in this match, and then the match starts, and it's the Nasty Boys in there, and Public Enemy's nowhere to be seen. And it's like, oh, what the fuck? Did they make a continuity? Did he fuck up and just misspeak? And then no, they're saying it's a substitution basically.
Oh.
And he's like, okay, so the same thing that happened to them happened Nasty Boys happened to Public Enemy just now. Remember?
Yeah.
So this is part of the angle with all the tag teams, I guess.
Mm. It's interesting on how they're building the tag division a little bit.
Yeah, they're just trying to do something now, and they should because now they have like 3 or 4 good teams.
Yep.
So, like I said, there's a lot of action. I thought this was a fun match because everybody kind of got to do some cool stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like everybody got to show what they could do. The Nasty Boys brawl, the Road Warriors are like fucking powerhouse guys, and they do their shit. And I forget which one of them always does the drop kick on the floor. They did that, and I still think that's stupid. The Steiner brothers got to like show off that we'll out wrestle you, and then we'll fucking throw you around or deck you, and it's awesome.
Yep.
I love watching them and the Road Warriors wrestle. It's fun.
I think the Nasty Boys is probably what ruined it for me in this match. I think if it was the Steiners and the Road Warriors, I think I'd like it a little bit more.
They're probably the weak link in this match in terms of like working, in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
I think they were okay though, because it's like they're not great wrestlers. You know what they do. They're just brawlers. But the end, I like the finish of this match too. It was interesting. Which was Knobs was outside and there's like a bunch of chaos going on. Like the match breaks down a couple times, but then it gets back together.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it happens usually pretty quickly. He's out on the floor, and then Rocco and Johnny Grunge appear, but Johnny Grunge is dressed up like Knobs. He's dressed. He has the same Nasty Boy shirt on and like the same kind of gear, and he even has his hair kind of like made up to be like a pseudo mullet mohawk thing.
Mm-hmm.
And they beat the shit out of Knobs, and then Johnny Grudge flops into the ring and allows himself to get pinned in his place, and it counts because the referee doesn't realize it's not Knobs.
And that's smart.
And they leave and they're laughing, and I'm like, Uncle Eric's like, he says, the truth of the situation has revealed itself. It's just such like a fucking wordy way to put it, but okay.
And Mongo didn't know what the fuck was going on. He's like,
"Whoa, who is that?" But I like that finish. That was pretty clever, I thought.
Yeah, I think the finish is what, like, because I was at a 4, and the finish I think kind of like solidified it for okay for me.
Yeah,
because I was just like, I don't know, the match was too long, and yes, what we got after was not fucking diamonds and shit, but like I was like, I always think this way in wrestling. When there's a main event coming, the main event should be the fucking prize, not what's in the middle. Now, if you get something what's in the middle in the beginning, good, that's just icing on the cake. But the main event should never disappoint. And I'm not saying the main event is disappointing. I'm just saying it's probably not as bad as this one, which I do agree with you. There were some good portions of the match. And I think the Nasty Boys were probably the cannon fodder for these two teams to just fucking get owned by.
They kind of were, like, in the way the match was worked. It was like they got the least amount of offense in on both of them, really. But yeah, I get what you're saying too, and I kind of agree. It's like your main event should never really be showed up by some undercard match, but sometimes it works out that way. Sometimes it just like either by accident or, so to speak, like WrestleMania 17 kind of.
Mm-hmm.
Depending on who you ask, everybody thinks the best match is the TLC match. Even Stone Cold thinks that. God damn, what am I supposed to do? I think he actually came out and said that recently. Or no, Bubba said he said that to him, is what it was. But,
that's funny.
Like, he's kind of right. Like, I can't do all that shit. But they wanted to steal the show. But like in the case of WCW, it's like they fucking set that up to be that way a lot of the time. Where it's like, this is the main event. And it's just not going to be as good of a match by default because of how everything is. It's set up, but fuck it. That's the main event. Self-inflicted.
And usually, you wait for what happens after the main event, because if you have like Ric Flair spazzing out or Hulk Hogan, going to the announce table talking about the booty man and all that stuff.
Yeah. In this case, I'm not saying like Lex Luger and Ric Flair suck and they disappointed and you aren't either. It's just that, like, here's another thing, like Lex can still go, I think, at the pace he did like 6 years ago or whatever, 6 or 7 years ago when he was like working with Ric Flair a lot. But Ric Flair's like older now. He's still able to do a lot of the shit he can do, but they're also expected to do this on TV in like 10 minutes or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
And this isn't like Starrcade 89 or something. So
yeah,
it's not the feud they had in 89. They're not working that kind of match.
No, it's much more funnier.
Yeah, it's a lot funnier. But I gave this a 6.9 because I had a lot of fun watching it.
Yeah, you like I said, you made me bring up the score, so I'm giving it a 5.1 out of 10.
That's fine. I guess I like the chaos more.
Yep. Yeah, it seems like this show, this Nitro, is like going boom, boom, boom into matches, because here we are going into Hulk Hogan and the Booty Man and Kevin Sullivan and Arn Anderson, and I'm like, oh, Arn Anderson, this can't go wrong. This match. And I just watch this match and I'm like, I fucking hate this dude. Number one, no shade to Arn Anderson. He tried his best. I think Kevin Sullivan, in my opinion, is checked out at this point on his character and the storyline in general. I may be wrong, but just how he's just there now.
It has felt like for a long time like he's just there.
Yeah.
Like when this angle first started with the Dungeon of Doom shit, it did feel like he was more invested in it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, now he feels like kind of checked out. Now I don't blame him because I've been checked out of this shit for months now.
Yeah.
He has to fucking work there, and he's booking. But yeah, their women are also there. Woman's there, Elizabeth's there, and so is Kimberly. They're calling her the booty girl. I'm not going to call her that. That's just fucking stupid. I thought this was okay. And I'll explain why here in a minute.
Okay.
But before this, Bobby Heenan announces that he's retiring from broadcasting after tonight. And I'm like, what? And they're like kind of surprised. Like, well, I guess, well, okay. And Eric's like, what are you going to do? It's like, oh, I'm just going to retire. I'm going to like do whatever I want to do. I'm just done. And I don't know, like the way he told it was like serious. It felt like, I was like, okay. And I was like, did he go away for a little bit and come back? I couldn't remember. Like I was trying to think because I thought he was there the whole time, but
I think he worked Uncle Eric like for real in this because he's probably like, what?
Well, spoiler alert, he worked me. So he worked me retroactively. So Booty Man, I fucking hate him. I don't like goddamn Bruce Beefcake that much. Like, I just don't think he's that good of a wrestler. He's like, like doing stuff in the ring, he's like super average at best. It's like nothing he does is necessarily bad in terms of execution, but he doesn't really do anything that's like impressive in any kind of way either.
He's like Bray Wyatt, just without the charisma.
Yeah, well, you could say he's kind of like Hulk Hogan without the charisma.
Yeah, yeah.
Because it's like he's hanging on to him and shit. Like, see, Hulk Hogan, physically, he doesn't look that impressive sometimes either with some of the stuff that he does. Like, he hit that really big-ass clothesline out on the floor, and I was like, ugh. Usually that clothesline looks better, but it looked like shit there.
Yeah.
In this tag team match, though, I felt like he was hidden a little bit better. Like, his bullshit wasn't as noticeable because he's not in there as long. He's not working a singles match.
Yeah.
So, it helps he's in the ring with Arn Anderson, I guess.
Arn Anderson's probably carrying him.
Yeah. But there's not much to say about it because, it's Hogan and Booty Man, and Kevin Sullivan's there, and we feel like he's kind of checked out, and Arn Anderson's there, and he tries.
I just hate how it ended, dude. Like,
I hate how it ended too.
Hulk Hogan got a heel.
Well,
and did a heel thing by hitting was it Kevin Sullivan or Arn Anderson?
He had Kevin Sullivan. They had a shoe off.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, the finish was, I'm not even going to get there. I didn't break down anything about the match's work because it didn't matter. But, like, Kevin Sullivan got a shoe from Woman, and then Hulk Hogan gets a shoe from Kimberly. And I got to say, I can't blame WWF for taking shots at their stupid shoe finish. And it's like I said, I've never seen Vince do that finish. And it's probably for a reason.
You think Quentin Tarantino like fucking clued in onto that match? He's like, I see feet.
I see feet, maybe. I don't know if he likes wrestling or not.
I don't know. I'm probably gonna go research that. But yeah, I don't know if this is like a psychology, I'm a face type of thing, and I need to. I feel icky about cheating because he hits fucking Kevin Sullivan with the heel. And he holds onto the object and pins. Even the referee like looked at the heel and like double taked at Hulk Hogan.
Oh, I thought he kind of hit it like he tried to hide it as best he could. I didn't notice that the referee saw it.
Yeah, he saw the heel once like Kevin Sullivan moved his body, And the referee is like, what? And first he pointed at Kevin, and then he's like, and then looked at Hulk Hogan, and then he went into promo mode, which, oh boy.
So, thing about Hogan is he always does actions that are kind of heelish anyway.
Yeah.
Typically, for a babyface, it's like they don't do that thing unless it's done to them first, or it's like they stop it and then they get the thing and they use it on them, then it's okay. Because it's like, you're going to fucking do this to me. And they have it now. And they're like, no. And then he's like, yeah. And then, yeah. And then like you hit him and then everybody loves it. And you get away with it because it's okay.
Yeah.
This is Hogan, though. Yeah, the women's shoes finish is like shitty. You know, I realized I saw this a lot back then when I would watch WCW, like thinking back on it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, they do that finish a lot. And I didn't really give it much thought before, I guess, because I was a kid. I thought, I guess that hurts. I mean, especially the way that you try to sell it on commentaries. You hit them in the eye with like the fucking heel or something. It's like a sharp object.
It makes you wonder, like, you know, at a bar or something, did one of the girls like hit someone with a heel and like injured someone, and it's like, oh shit, we could use that.
That's how they sold it at first when they started doing this shit again with Hogan. Remember, they put his eye out with a heel.
Uh-huh.
But now they don't do that anymore. It's like you're just straight up knocking people out with like a woman's shoe. It's not a cowboy boot. It's not the same thing as a cowboy boot, but that's how they tried to sell it here.
Yeah. I guess if you go like heel first, like it will hurt. But if you use the side of the heel, then it's like, no.
It doesn't really work. Even the cowboy boot kind of stretches, you know, credibility for me a little bit because it's like at the end of the day, it's still like just a fucking shoe. Like,
yep.
I don't know.
What'd you get the match?
I gave it a 5.
I gave it a 4.7 out of 10.
I think that's fair.
The Hogan thing is just getting annoying, and it just feels like they have these groups that they're doing a storyline, and they just like mash it together, and they go, "All right, you're having a match this week, and then you're doing next week," to like a certain set of people in that group.
Too many people are tied up in this one main event angle storyline.
Yeah. What the fuck was that promo?
I don't know. It sucked though, but like, yeah, it's like right. So they're leaving. The baby faces are all leaving, and then I guess Booty Man realizes Kimberly left her shoe in the ring, and he's like, "Oh, I'll go back and get it for you." So like, you see that you don't see it because they're replaying. They're doing replays, and then Eric's like, "Oh, go back! Something's happening!" And Booty Man gets his ass kicked because he goes back to the ring by himself, which is stupid.
Well, Brutus is stupid.
He is stupid, though. But Mean Gene's like getting in the ring. We see the aftermath of that. Like Hogan's in there and he helps him up and it's like, oh, he's okay. And Hulk Hogan is making some kind of like shoe puns, like in jokes. He does it like 3 times or something. And the Booty Man cuts in and he starts talking about it. I've got this plan. I got something on the back burner. I've been working on this. And you're going to see it on the next Nitro. I just need you, brother. I need you to team up with me one more time. And it's like, why are you asking him? Like, it's like some kind of huge favor. Which you guys are fucking...
Is he triple, quadrupling, double crossing?
I didn't even consider that. I hope that's not what happens. That'd be fucking dumb if it is. I did not even.
By God, the Booty Man is attacking Hulk Hogan.
He was really the Zodiac the whole time. The Butcher.
He's the new 4 Horsemen.
Oh God, making him a 4 Horseman? Fuck, I'd rather have Paul Roma. Who do you dislike more, fucking Bruce Beefcake or Paul Roma? I know what Chaz would say.
You know, Paul Roma did fucking go to business on my boy, the Vunda kid.
Yeah, he went into business on Alex Wright when he shouldn't have.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. You know what? The Booty Man a little bit more because I fucking just hate him.
I kind of actively hate the Booty Man more than Paul Roma.
Yeah.
because Paul Roma didn't offend me nearly as much as it did Chaz, I guess. Because I was like, yeah, he is fucking boring. Like, that's the thing, though, is he's boring. He just gets apathy from me.
It's kind of like... It's kind of funny I'm bringing this guy up, but Eric Watts... Like, Eric Watts... Like...
What about Eric Watts?
Eric Watts, I would fucking choose over the Booty Man.
I'd rather watch Eric Watts than the Booty Man, too. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Fucking Bruce Beefcake. God damn. Okay, would you rather watch Eric Watts or Paul Roma? Eric Watts.
Eric Watts. Yeah.
Eric Watts.
Yeah.
I had to think for a second. I'm like, yeah, Eric Watts, yeah.
Because think about it. You think Paul Roma would do a fucking gas station beatdown?
That's what I keep thinking of is the gas station beatdown. That's the most memorable thing Eric Watts did.
Mm-hmm.
Was somebody's dad whipping somebody's ass at a gas station.
Well, every time I pull up to a gas station, I always think, is Arn Anderson around? Or you pull up to a gas station, what would Arn Anderson do? Just
whip
go
somebody's ass and shut the car door on his head.
Yeah. Oh man. But yeah, that promo was fucking straight ass.
It was fucking dumb. I gotta belabor this point. Like, why is he asking Hogan, like, he's begging him for like this favor to team up with him? It's just like, and then he says, "Satisfaction. We're gonna get satisfaction." Like, what the fuck? Is he trying to do a thing?
That's when the bean wears off, dude, and he's just like thinking Rolling Stones fucking lyrics.
I guess. Booty Man's like, I can't reveal what the match is, what the plan is on air, which I guess is fair. You shouldn't do that because people watch the show, right? He's terrible on the mic. I didn't realize how bad he actually was, but like this fucking sunk it in for me.
I think this is the first time I wanted to hear Hogan more than fucking Brutus.
Seeing Hogan is never usually bad. It's just because he's just going to do Hulk Hogan promo. That's what you think. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with it. But he fucking sucked.
A little side note. I think what I hate about Hulk Hogan promos is that I feel like he tries to be relatable to the common man, and he can't. And it seems like he's faking it every time. Where like when he gives like analogies and stuff, he's like, I'm just pulling shit out of my ass now. When I went to the Chuck E. Cheese, brother, and I had some pizza, and it was nice and cheesy, dude. Like, when he starts getting into that, like, territory, I'm just like, eye roll.
He got into a pattern. Like, that's my thing, is he's basically done the same kind of promo after a certain point, like late 80s or whatever you could say.
Mm-hmm.
And he never got out of that pattern. The only time he did was, remember in 93 when they were bringing him back?
Mm-hmm.
That he did that sit-down interview with Vince, and it was like real serious and shit. He wasn't talking like Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
He was talking like a guy. And it was like, well, this is kind of interesting. Like hearing him talk like this. We've never seen him talk like this before. Maybe unless you watched him on like a late night show or something in the 80s.
Yeah.
But that's all. That's my thing, is he just kind of fell into a pattern and never really got out of it.
He gets a little bit wilder when he's in NWO, by the way, because when he's an old man trying to be cool.
Well, he was cool, kind of, even though he was old.
Yeah, he's cool at some points, but wait until he calls his fucking penis the Woodmaster.
No, that shit when he's like, "Wood from the hood, brother," or he's being a fucking huge poser.
Yeah.
Especially when you know about like his history and stuff.
Yep.
And then you're like, man, that promo hits a lot different when you like know about like some of his personal views he had before.
Yep.
That's just stupid. But yeah, I don't know. That's those two, and that's Booty Man's secret plan we're not going to see until the next time we record, apparently.
Yep. I just don't want to think about the Booty Man ever again.
Me either. Every time I'm writing notes, I always do write the Booty Man, and I put ellipses at the end because it's like I groan every time I think about him. I'm like, God damn.
Dude, he's going to go through so many gimmicks in WCW. It's going to be fucking shit crazy. Just wait for it.
He's going to join the NWO later when that happens.
Uh-huh.
He's going to be Horace, or no, the Disciple. I can't remember which one it is. Maybe it's both.
It does. Oh, his finisher move is the high knee, right?
God, yeah, right now it is.
Yeah. I think there's a gimmick where he talks about his ass somewhere more than the booty man. I don't know. Anyway. Main event time. World titles on the line. And I totally forgot that Lex and Ric Flair had like some beef on the last shows that we watched.
Yeah, they did. It was momentary, but it was there.
But yeah, this is main event time, and Lex comes out with the 2 belts, which I fucking laughed, dude.
Really liking Lex Luger right now. He's fun.
Yes. And Flair comes out, and I texted Zach earlier today, and I said, WCW probably got saved a strike from me because of Ric Flair and Lex Luger sounding like dinosaurs when they're wrestling.
I thought you was just like putting it in some kind of weird way, and I was like, oh, all right. I mean, I'll see what he means. And then like I saw it, and I was like, no, yeah, that was crazy how much he was screaming.
They were both screaming, dude.
Well, Lex always screams. That's one thing. Ric Flair will get on a screen. It depends on what's happening to him, you know? Like when Vader was killing him, he was screaming for God and shit.
Yeah.
Which makes sense. Some fucking 400-pound guy elbow drops you in the fucking nuts, and you're like, what would you do? But, yeah, also, they I don't know if they're setting up an angle. I think they might be. Where did you write a note where he was messing around with Deborah McMichael at the ringside when she was like in the front row?
Yeah.
They point that out. That's Deborah. It's Deborah McMichael. That's your wife? Yeah. Like Mongo's wife.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, oh, are they setting up Mongo getting ready to wrestle? I guess they are.
I like the chick with the fucking Minnie Mouse or Mickey Mouse fucking shirt yelling
She
at
was pissed at Ric Flair.
Yeah.
He ignored her though.
Like, actually, he did say something. I think he was like he's like, sit down or something like that.
Sit down. You know what I realized, like in this match, like in all the stuff that was surrounding it, like I forget. You've seen Heat, haven't you?
Yeah.
Okay. I think
we reviewed it. We reviewed it on Big Trouble Heat.
I forgot.
Yeah.
I had a lot of shit going on during that time, and I guess I memory hold that we did that.
Mm-hmm.
Other than I know I watched it and I loved it.
Yep, and I loved it too.
But we had a conversation about Al Pacino on that though, and I remember that we were talking about how it was like he was still being a serious actor, and then it was like after Heat, Al Pacino kind of like lost his mind a little bit or something.
Yep.
And he's being ridiculous. I'm like, Ric Flair is in like the post-Heat part of his career now. He's just being crazy.
Yeah, because I think there's a scene, I don't know if it's from Heat or a different movie, but Al Pacino just improvs, she's got a big ass. And that's like how I think Ric Flair talks. He just like fucking yells out of nowhere.
He's like flexing, and he's like, it's not really something he would do that much before.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he's Al Pacino post-Heat now. Is Ric Flair. Flair spends a bunch of time trying to knock Luger down. He's just bouncing off of him and shit. It's kind of funny.
Mm-hmm.
And then Flair gets put in a knuckle lock by Luger, and that's when he starts screaming. Ah! Ah! He's like holding on to the ropes and everything, and he's freaking out. And then Lex puts him up at a press slam off of that and drops him. And it's like he killed him. It's like he drove all the air out of his body. It was amazing. And then Ric Flair rolls out of the ring, and he's just like laying there face first on the ground like salad.
He's selling his ass off for Lex.
He does. He press slammed him like 4 or 5 times in this match. I think it goes back to that theory. I think Ric Flair likes doing press slams with people if he knows that they can do it really easily. He's a press slamming. Because Sting does the same thing. Every time he's in the ring with Sting press slams him like 4 or 5 times.
They're like dogs, you know, like when you like flip them, you like do like a little flip move on your dog, and he's like, "Do that again, do that again." That's Ric Flair with the press slam and stuff. He's like, "That's cool, do it again,
do it again." Oh God! He like rolls around and shit. But Rick gets back in the ring and he gets press slammed again.
Mm-hmm.
And then he gets a few strikes in and he shoots Lex into a corner, or tries to. And Lex just like jerks his arm and causes him to fall down. Like, that's a pretty good little Irish whip counter. And then he gets hit. Lex puts him in the corner, charges him, but he gets reverse elbowed. And then Flair starts strutting. It's like, okay, here we go. Nope. Lex gets control again because he clotheslines the shit out of him and press slams him again.
That was a fucking badass clothesline. It's crazy.
Yeah. He's got a pretty good clothesline. Flair gets sent out of the ring and he's pissed and he walks away and he comes back and he's begging off and then he does the thumb to the eye shit real quick. And he's chopping him. And then Luger starts firing back and he clotheslines Flair again. And he clotheslines Ric Flair like 5 times in a row. And he hits him from like every angle. And Bobby Heenan's like, I've never seen Ric Flair get clotheslined that many times. And I'm worried. But, he press slams Flair again. And this time he dumps him into the ropes. And it just looks kind of like nasty. That was kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
And he starts stomping the shit out of him. And Lex gets out of the ring. And he goes to the woman and Elizabeth. And he flexes at them and yells. And he scares them away. So I don't blame him, I guess. He goes back to the ring. Flair runs and knees him in the face. And then he falls off the apron into the security room. And then some woman comes back to get revenge. She's like, you're going to fucking scare me. And she starts clawing his eyes and everything. It's like, I'll show you for flexing at women. Rick goes for chop block, puts on figure 4. Flair's in it for a while. He's got it on Luger. But Luger he sits up and he flexes at Flair. And he turns over. I fucking love it. That's Lex Luger's answer to something is just, flex at him. And he like overpowers him or some shit.
Lex is our Hulk, not Hulk Hogan, our Hulk from like Marvel in this federation.
I guess so. That's Hulk's response usually.
Yeah.
He doesn't flex though. Usually he just yells.
Yeah.
That's what Hulk needs to do. He needs to flex more. Anyway, they fight out on the floor for a little bit. Luger no-sells Flair and throws him back in the ring. Luger hits superplex and power slam, and then he goes to put Flair in the torture rack. But woman is like, oh shit, like immediately when she sees this, she goes to the crowd, grabs something from a fan, and it looks like she's got like a paper cup in her hand. And then Liz gets up on the apron and she starts distracting the referee. And then woman gets in the ring. And it looks like she throws hot coffee, I guess, in his face. And he like drops Flair.
Dude, what fan is drinking hot coffee? Unless she got it like from a video crew type of guy. Because I understand late nights trying to get shit like fucking perfect for the show. But what fan is drinking hot coffee in the stands?
I don't know. Some people drink coffee at night.
But at a fucking arena, like at a sporting event, like I gotta have my coffee.
I don't know, but it definitely did look like one of those. It was like a paper mug. Did you notice that? It looked like a little like fold up paper mug.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess that was something they sold there.
Maybe.
But yeah, when he drops Flair rolls him up and pins him for 3 there.
Yeah, I think the match was average at best.
It was all right.
I think it could have been better. But I also kind of like that Ric Flair is still making Lex look good, even though that ending needed like a woman to like distract him and all that shit. It wasn't a clean pin, which is good for Lex. and it still makes him look good against Ric Flair, who's, you know, the champion at this moment. So, you know, I think it got a. I'm bumping up my score. I had it at a 5.9. I'm going to give it a 6.3 out of 10.
That's what I gave it.
Oh, really? Nice.
Yeah. I was like, it's a pretty good little match there. Yeah, like I was saying, it could have been better, but it's like it's a TV match. They don't want Luger to beat Flair right now, I guess, but they don't want him to look weaker either. So
it's going to take some time before Lex gets his gold.
Yeah, another year, 2 years.
Yeah,
I can't remember which it was.
Did he have the championship in WCW before?
Like since he came back?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
No, I mean like back in the early days of WCW, he was a champion, right?
Yeah, he was for like a minute.
Okay.
He didn't have it very long, but he did.
Dude, what a such drought he had after that.
Yeah, he did, but I guess he's just strictly a businessman because I don't know that he ever really thought about it like that much. Like, I want to be the main event guy. I want to be the fucking guy. You're going to build the company around me. Like, he's not like Bret Hart or Hogan or anything. He's just, I'm here to work, and I'll do whatever you tell me, brother.
I think, you know, us, when we watch it, we watch it like a sporting event, right? So like when we look at it, an individual like a superstar like Lex, we're like, holy shit, you know, he was in the early 90s, he was a champion, or late 80s, early 90s, and he doesn't get the championship until late 90s. That's a long time of a drought, and especially when you had that stupid fucking ending with Yoko, where it was like a draw and he was treated like a champion.
I still say they should have tried to put the belt on him.
I know.
At least try it. He was over. We've been over that a bunch of times, though.
Yep. This show was kind of weak, in my opinion. They went with like the cold angle opening of Sting versus the Giant because I don't know what they're doing with Sting. Like, they're doing the thing with Lex, but they're making Sting like a background character.
He's kind of on the back burner right now.
Yeah.
He's being cooled off. Intentionally or not, he's being cooled off.
Yeah, it's just weird. And then, you know, the triangle match with the tag, I didn't like it that much, but you said it was, you know, good, but you did change my mind on certain areas. And it was just enjoyable. And then Hulk Hogan, I didn't like this one. I don't want to beat the dead horse. Yeah. And then we had an average Ric Flair versus Lex Luger. Not a lot of promos. The only promo was the Booty Man and Hulk Hogan.
The promo I didn't want to see. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not giving it a strike, but it is a 5.2 out of 10 for me for the whole show.
Okay. Well, I want to make one note about how the show ended, which was Bobby Heenan revealed at the end of the show he wasn't retiring because it was April Fools. Yeah. He worked me. I was like confused. I was like, did he quit? I started like overthinking it. Did he go away for a little bit? Did he have like a medical procedure and he couldn't be on TV for like, I don't know, fucking 6 months or something? Nope. He just worked me. Mm-hmm. What a master. But I thought the show was okay. Booty Man is the fucking low point of anything going on in WCW right now. Yep. Anytime he shows up, I'm like, fuck. Not this again. But like it's the whole big angle. It just sucks. It just won't end. It needs to end. It's beaten into the dirt.
We got a couple more months, right? Until things start changing.
We got 3 or 4 more months.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, it's going to be challenging.
Yep.
I gave this show a 5.8.
Okay, we're not too far apart.
Yeah, I liked it a little better because I liked the triangle match better. But yeah. Also, the TV rating was a 2.8.
Is that down from last time?
I think it is. I'm gonna check really fast. Yeah, last week, the previous Nitro was a 3.1.
Interesting. Booty Man is ruining ratings. There we go.
Could be.
Yep. All right. We are moving to April 1st, April Fool's Day, and Monday Night Raw. We are live from San Bernardino, California. And this is post WrestleMania. Usually during today's times, it'd be like, oh, it's the wacky post WrestleMania Monday Night Raw. They didn't have that stuff back in the 90s.
That didn't exist for a long time.
Yeah.
Like, that's only been more in, like, the last fucking maybe 13, 14 years or something.
I would say 15, probably.
Yeah, probably 15, maybe.
Yep. But, we have Vince McMahon and Jerry the King Lawler uncommentating.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the Shawn Michaels era.
The leader of the new generation. I was like, how come you never said that about Brett? I think he said that about Diesel one time. I think he said that about Diesel.
It's he maybe he did have homosexual sex with him.
With Diesel?
No, with Shawn Michaels.
I'm kidding.
Yeah. Allegedly.
Makes me think maybe I think he probably did say that about Brett a couple times. I'm just kidding mostly.
Yeah.
But it made me think about that because he's saying a lot about Shawn Michaels, but we know he's trying to push him really hard right now.
Yeah.
Did you notice they brought back the old Raw theme?
Yep.
Was it good? This is better.
I agree. Mankind is coming out.
Yeah.
And he's facing against Sparkplug Bob Holly, not Harley. And I was like, that's an interesting first match for Mankind.
I forgot who he debuted against, but I remembered watching this match. The memory of who he fought was fuzzy.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh, it was Bob Holly. Okay. Mankind controls most of the match.
Mm-hmm.
Bob Holly got in a little bit of offense. He got punches. He reverse elbowed him once and hit a drop kick, I think, but before he got cut off again for good. The whole thing was showcasing like Mick Foley's brawling style, which to the WWF audience at this point, they've not really seen brawling like this before.
But there was smart fans in there saying he's hardcore. He's hardcore.
There was, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm not saying, oh, this is going to completely shatter their paradigm of like what wrestling is or anything. It's just not really seeing a guy work like this exactly, like ever, maybe.
Well, they need a dark character because, like, you have the Undertaker who's like working as a giant, but then you have Mankind who's this like crazy fuck that will do crazy shit. And we're not at King of the Ring yet, Hell in a Cell, and that's what's gonna launch like his legacy, essentially.
The buried alive in the boiler room matches like are pretty violent too.
Yep. What's Mankind's lore, by the way? He gets like fucking beat up by his mom or whatever.
They don't go into specifics, but it's like he used to be a piano like virtuoso or something, I suppose, when he was younger. But his mom, I guess, abused him, or his family did, and they fucked up his fingers, and he couldn't make music anymore.
Yeah, and
they locked him in the boiler room, I guess.
Well, the reason I say that is because he has like this like fucking signature on his like gear or whatever on his back, and I'm like, what is that? Like, what is that supposed to be?
I thought about that too a few times, and I don't know what it's supposed to be. I guess it's just Mankind's symbol.
Maybe.
Right? Kind of like how the Undertaker eventually has a symbol. He doesn't have it yet.
Yeah.
It's not till after this feud, I think. But yeah, this is just a little tease. It's like a tip of the iceberg of what like Mankind Mick Foley can do.
And they kept on like talking about like how gross he is, like he's pulling his hair out. And then Jerry Lawler's like, I think he only has 3 fingers, and Vince is like, what?
Well, he's wearing that weird thing over his 2 middle fingers, so it kind of looks. And he kind of I can't even do that. He gets to like do this shit with his hand.
With Danny DeVito as the penguin stuff.
The penguin.
Yeah.
But he's like hitting the punches in the corner, the running knee. He hits like a cool looking stun gun on the apron outside. That was cool. He finishes with a submission move that involves shoving fingers down somebody's esophagus, as Vince puts it.
Bob Holly sold it good.
He was like flailing and shit and spitting. Yeah. And that's it. He chokes him out. He doesn't really submit because like that's the way it's always done, is like he chokes them out to the point to where they basically fucking pass out. Jerry Lawler says never fight an ugly guy because they have nothing to lose. It's pretty good.
I think Jerry Lawler goes to the fucking like library and just tries to like find pun jokes.
Maybe it could be like he's just collected this over the course of his life. He has like a bunch of little zingers.
Maybe, yeah.
Probably. He's pretty funny. When you go back and you watch Memphis, like old Memphis wrestling too, you can see he's kind of funny. He's always had little zingers or like ways to fucking burn somebody.
Mm-hmm. I actually do want to watch some Memphis like wrestling because I've heard good things about it.
It's pretty cool. The best part of this whole thing was just establishing Mankind. Like the squeals and the shrieking when he's fighting somebody, especially when he had Bob Holly at the mandible claw.
Mm.
This shit really unsettled me when I was like a kid. I think I was 9 at this point when I saw this.
Well, I got creeped out by him when he like did the Boiler Room promos and stuff, where I was just like, why is he there? Like that. This is gonna sound funny. Like all the other shit that happens in wrestling, you kind of go wrestling logic. You're like, okay, whatever, it's wrestling. And then you go, but why is Mankind in the Boiler Room? Like, what's his deal, dude? Like, that's what freaked me out about him.
But this character has not really been a character like this hasn't really been presented this way for like a while. It's like you kind of have Jake the Snake would be in like weird places. Remember when he was like torturing the Ultimate Warrior or some shit? Or like, and then you had Undertaker at first, but he's kind of like, I understand some people say, oh, they were scared. He scared kids. I never was scared of the Undertaker. I just thought he was cool.
Yeah.
I guess I'm like fucked up or something. I don't
know. I guess Raven would be like the closest thing that he did a lot of odd promos and stuff, and they did a lot of like video effects of the 90s to make it look creepy, I guess.
I never was creeped out by Raven. It was like I was just trying to figure out what he was saying. like more often than not, like what is he talking about? But Mankind is like the first wrestling character that really kind of like unnerved me. Like, what the fuck is this guy's deal? Why is he like screaming and shit when he's like choking people out? Like,
what happened to his ear?
What happened to him?
Yeah. And then then you watch Hell in a Cell and you're like, oh, that's what happened.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Also, his outro music happens like right now. They're still. This is like for a little while. He does his thing. They do his thing with him where like when he wins, he has an outro theme that's different from his entrance.
Now, I may be stupid, but do you think Jim Johnson was like doing the entrance musics every Raw? Like, do you think they like hurry up, fucking play something, and he would play something?
No, I think he just recorded that.
Oh, they were
pretty sure because it's like. Yeah, I pointed out before. It's the Raw band. Jim Johnson's out there, and he's on guitar.
Uh-huh.
But no, I don't think he ever played this live or anything. He's just probably recorded.
I could totally see him being like, "I'm gonna play this creepy ass fucking Twin Peaks tune." Hold on.
And like after I've seen Twin Peaks and I hear this, it's kind of this is weirdly Twin Peaks-ish. It's strange. I like this version of his character. Mick Foley doesn't care for it much. Like, I think mostly because he couldn't figure out what it was supposed to be. Because like if you read any of his books or anything, especially the first one, it gets into this period of time. The whole gimmick was like fucking bad to begin with. You're going to be Mason the Mutilator, and they were going to give him like a Hannibal Lecter looking fucking mask and shit like that. And then he's just like, how am I going to be able to do anything in this? Like, what is this guy? Like, what am I doing? And they're like, you're crazy. You're a tortured soul. And he's like, what does that mean? He had to like kind of guide Vince a little bit and be like, how about we do this and you give me a different mask and let me do this here. And he's like, all right, that sounds good, pal. And that's kind of what we ended up with here.
I heard that mess smelled
bad.
Yeah.
I think I remember him complaining about that. This is a showcase. It's not really a squash exactly, but like, it wasn't really a match either, like a full match.
Yeah, I didn't rank it. I just wrote down, hey, Bob Holly has some offense. Oh, he just got stuffed in the throat by his fingers. It's over. Yeah.
Yeah, the mandible claw is like overpowered right now. Like it's going to be like that way for a while. Like nobody gets out of it.
Yep.
Cool debut though. It's a really good debut.
You know what? Another debut is going to happen, and it's a Wild Man, man.
Wild Man Mark Marrow.
Yep. And then he's facing off against Isaac Yankem, which I wrote down. I was like, for 2 debuts, because usually what they do with debuts, they usually put them with jobbers for like to build them up. But no, they're like putting actual established wrestlers at them to kind of like feed off of them. Now, Isaac Yankem is still pretty green at this point. He's still kind of, riding the ranks, sort of say. But I just found it interesting. And like, oh, they're facing established dudes. That's interesting.
Yeah, they're all lower card guys too, which is fine.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably like, all right, we need to make these guys look good. Let's put them in the ring with people we know can work, instead of like taking a chance on like a job guy, that local guy we don't know.
Yeah.
And it's okay too, because Isaac Yankem's going to get shuffled out soon. He's not going to be around much longer.
Yeah, he's gonna get burned alive, right?
He's going to get repackaged as Big Daddy Cool.
Oh no, yeah, I forgot about that.
before he gets burned.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's Isaac Yankem and Mark Marrow. Sable is out in the crowd to see Mark Marrow wrestle, and you're starting to already see Vince fucking perving out and loving Sable.
Uh-huh.
And he wasn't the only one either. There was other people backstage creatively that was all about, well, we got to put Sable in this. We got to put Sable in that. It's starting.
But I got to admit, Sable today still looks fine.
She looks good for an older lady, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not saying she's fucking old. I mean, like, if you want to be objective, I mean, yeah, sure, she's old now, I guess.
But she's that hot old. Anyway.
I'm not trying to denigrate her for being old, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. But
we all get old.
But they showed the segment from WrestleMania when that lesbian Todd Petting's
he cut his hair. He doesn't look like a lesbian anymore.
It's still a bad haircut, so I'm gonna still call him a lesbian.
He just has no fashion sense.
Yeah.
That's me saying that.
But he's interviewing Wildman Mark Marrow, and Hunter Hearst Helmsley comes out and conflicts with Mark Marrow, but like he's blaming Sable for the loss on the Warrior, and then they brawl and stuff, and then Sable.
How is that her fault?
I don't know.
What did she do?
I don't know. It's too hot or whatever.
You distracted me with your hotness. That's why you brought me here. I was like, oh, shut up. Stop making sense.
And then they brawl, and then Sable, that's why Sable's on ringside. And then, like, Hunter Hearst Helmsley like sits next to Sable during like the match, and I love the kids behind Sable like trying to be, like young me would be like honk honk, like doing this, like not to her boobs, but like honk honk
behind her.
Yeah. I thought one of the kids were gonna do that, but they were just like screaming in the background because
Oh my god, I'm on TV! Oh my
yeah,
god!
yeah, not knowing that they're right in front of them is a hot babe, but they're kids. I get it. And boy, oh boy, what a rough debut, in my opinion.
Yeah, it wasn't too good. He's like hitting his signature moves and stuff, Some of it he hits fine. Like he did the flipping senton out on the floor. He did the top rope axe handle. Yankum slows the match down a bit and cuts him off a couple times. And you start to see a little bit more of what Glenn Jacobs can do here because he starts doing shit like throwing a guy in the turnbuckle, and then he does the big back suplex because he's a big guy.
Mm-hmm.
At one point during the match, yeah, you already mentioned that, Helmsley comes out and he's like talking to Sable, and she's like, I don't want to talk to you. And he's like, come on. Ugh.
I'm sorry I made you mad, but I still want your body. I mean, you by my side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't know what they're saying, but it's not going well for him. Mero starts coming back. He does some punches and jabs, and then he hits a top rope sunset flip, and he pins Yankum for 3.
No, I want to talk about a spot that was really botchy. So Isaac Yankum is in the ring laying down, and Mark Mero goes on the apron, and he like launches himself, and it looks like he's gonna do a leg drop, but it seemed like he changed his mind midway, and it looked like he teabagged him with his balls right onto Isaac Yankum's head.
He got a little too close or something. I don't know what happened.
I think what probably happened is like, oh, this is gonna fucking like probably break his orbital bone or his nose. So I think he like shifted his body so it wouldn't be that much damning, and he got nuts in his face, I guess, which is better than an ass bone crushing you, I guess.
Your ass bone crushing his orbital bone, yeah.
Yeah.
And then he'd have to wear an Undertaker mask.
Yeah. Which would be badass in a way, but then we know he's gonna be chiseled jawed fucking Diesel soon.
Yeah. I've said this before. I don't like Mark Mero's sunset flip finisher from the top rope.
No.
It's a good way. I mean, it's not even really a good way to win a match, I think, because it's weird. Mechanically, it doesn't make any sense to me. It's like, why would you jump all the way from the top rope to do a sunset flip? Like, it's just like you hurt yourself so much more.
Yeah, and I feel
just do the sunset flip from the apron or like run at the guy.
And I feel like the other guy could like get out of it quickly by just like moving himself. He's like, oh, he's going on the top rope. I could just like shimmy to the side and he'll miss.
I also feel like there's just more fucking room for error there to fuck up. Like, you could like fucking jump wrong like he did there on the little leg drop thing he usually does.
He should just do the crossbody.
Yeah, he should, because I don't know. I don't think a crossbody in 1996 is out of the realm of possibility for a believable finisher.
Mm-hmm.
And now he transitions to a shooting star press soon. I don't know what happened. I don't know if he could always do that move, and they just told him, don't do that move in WCW or something.
Mm-hmm.
Or whatever, or they tried to tell him, hey, pal, you need a new fucking finisher because that's not working.
Yeah.
It's not exciting. And it's like, oh, he won. Because this is the kind of finisher it is. Oh, he beat him. That's like the reaction. Oh. Instead of, yeah, he hit that fucking move. He got him.
Yeah, he kind of hits it, and he kind of like, because Isaac Yankum is a big dude, and it like struggles to get the pin, I'm like, oh, he got him. I guess that was a finish.
Yeah. Oh, he got a quick one there. Okay. That's okay on him. Yeah, because of who he is, I guess. That's fine. Mm-hmm. Like, he could do that finish to, like, Diesel or something, I guess. But yeah, I gave this like a 5.4 because I think it could have been like a chemistry thing too. It kind of seemed like they didn't work too good together.
Mm-hmm.
And Mark Maros might still be in like the mindset of
I've
I've worked like Johnny B. Bad for like fucking 5 years or something. I'm still in Johnny B. Bad mode, not in Mark Maro mode yet.
Yeah, he's not Wild Man yet.
He's like Vince's 90s Macho Man. I don't know what he's going for with him.
I fucking hate his boxing thing, dude. Like the last punch that he does on Isaac Yankem to give him the knockout, by the way, which I thought was funny because I think his strong hand is his right, not his left, because I don't think he's a southpaw. And like he's hitting him with the rights, and Isaac Yankem is just like eating them, and he's like standing. But then when he hits him with a weak ass fucking girly left hand shot to like the ribs, he falls down. I'm like, that's fucking stupid. And I know they're gonna like play into the boxing thing because he fucking feuds with Butterbean down the road.
Then they turn him heel. It's like, I guess they figure, I don't know where that came from, where they gimmick changed him. I don't know much about that, but I guess I'll learn about it later.
Yeah, once we get to free for all, whatever that little boxing thing that happens.
Brawl for all.
Oh yeah, brawl for all, not free for all.
I gave us a 5.4.
I give it a 5.3. We're close.
Okay.
So I don't remember the Godwins having the tag champions. Maybe I just fucking memory hold that. But they kind of show you how the Body Donnas won. Fucking Sunny decided to do an illegal flash on the Godwin. I don't know, showed her ass or whatever.
She showed her ass a little bit, and he was like, because he's never seen a woman before, I guess. I hate that fucking trope. Like, It's dumb. It's like, oh my God. I've never, like, dude, it's like, it's not even like, you didn't get away with that, I feel like, 20 or 30 years ago from like 1996. Maybe.
It's not Attitude Era-esque, because like in Attitude Era, like, they were almost showing nip at certain points.
Oh yeah, they get way more risque later.
Yeah, so that like makes sense to me because I would be like, oh, what the fuck? You're showing your titties, and then like I would get hit or whatever. But like this type of shit is very like Looney Tunes, where like I'm showing my leg type of stuff, and the guy's like hubba 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 hubba, and then like gets fucking pinned or drilled or whatever.
Yeah,
not the good type of drill. And that's how they won. And I kept on thinking to myself, I'm like, isn't the Body Donnas like a joke team and now they're champions?
They have been presented kind of like a joke team almost. Like,
yeah,
not to be taken too seriously, but here it is. But that's the state of their tag division, I think, a little bit.
I noticed the trend with WWE, like in general, like when they can't do a tag division, they always do like these jokingly odd teams, like Daniel Bryan and Kane, X-Pac and Kane, which is funny. Like everything leads to Kane at some point, and then just odd teams that work. Like my favorite tag team of all time, and it's gonna sound funny because it involves one of my two favorite wrestlers, is the Power Trip with Triple H and Stone Cold. I fucking love that storyline so much.
It's a good odd couple tag team where you're like,
yeah,
why are these guys teaming?
Yeah.
One of my other favorites is, it's very short lived though, is Stone Cold and Shawn Michaels. It doesn't last very long, but it's because they're polar opposites from each other. Not like Brett and Shawn either. It's like they're like Shawn's like you know who Shawn Michaels is. You know who Steve Austin is. It's like oil and water. They're not going to mix.
It's like two high school football teams, like in the same room, like rivals, being on the same page. It's never going to happen. Is this another showcase?
This, no, this was a match, which was okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Before that, there's a little afterbirth after the Mark Maro match.
Oh
where
yeah.
he confronts Triple H. Helmsley. He's not Triple H yet. He's harassing Sable, and Sable slaps the shit out of him and leaves with Mark Barrow. Somebody in the front row was like, "Oh!" Like when that happened, it was kind of funny.
I think she was supposed to, like, the security guard was supposed to like open the gate for her because she's like, "Fuck it," and like made Mark Barrow just like grab her ass and like get her out of there.
It's fine. They're married.
Yeah. Until some beast comes around.
Until some beast comes around and Mark Barrow says on national TV, it's like, "Yeah, I was fine. I'm not going to win that fight." But yeah, it's Aldo Montoya and Barry Horowitz. God damn versus the Body Dons with Sonny.
Yep.
And when I saw that tag team, I was like, is there a more jobbery tag team than that? Like you could think of? Because that's up there. Dude,
that mask looks like a test dummy mask in some way.
He looks fucking stupid. Like, yeah. I don't know what they were thinking with that, giving him that thing. Because it's like, what? This gets into a whole other deal. It's like, what the fuck is Aldo Montoya? What is he?
And why do they have to like choose? Like they always choose like maybe this is a Vince thing in the 90s where he's like, "Oh, I made these characters, I paid for their trademark, so I have to use them." So I wonder that's how he probably looks at things, especially when like Diesel and Razor Ramon leave. They're like, "Fuck, I have these trademarks. I have to fucking fill those shoes."
I guess. Like, I don't know when this started happening, but at some point, and I want to say maybe it was in the early 90s, they started doing this thing where they had like a group of people in the office that would draw character concept sheets when they would say, "We're hiring this guy. We're going to hire," I don't know what Justin Credible's real fucking name is, but this guy. And we're going to I need you to create a bunch of sketches of like what this guy would look like in a costume. Okay, so the guy does it. He creates like 4 different versions of him. Pick that one. Or, Vince, pick the one Vince likes best is the one that gets picked or something. That's Mankind is the same thing that happened to Mick Foley. It's like, Mason the Mutilator, this guy. And, all right, I'm this guy, I guess. But I don't think they used to fucking do that. Be creating like character sheets of like a guy and then be like, "You're this guy now." And then like when you learn about what Steve Austin's name was going to be, or it's like Ice Dagger, there's like a whole list of names and they're all fucking terrible. And that's something they still do now, like kind of. They don't know that they do that whole sketch out a fucking character concept thing, but they do the name thing. Here's 5 or 10 names. Pick the one you like best. They all sound like, especially if you're in NXT, it sounds like your porn name. It's not a real fucking name.
I think what happens, especially when you have people that come from the indies or whatever, or someone that thinks that they're tough shit essentially, and they're just like, I have these concepts of what I want to do, like the War Raiders and stuff. Remember when they became the Viking experience?
God, that was fucking dumb.
Yeah.
Well, they couldn't call them War Machine for some reason because that was what their name was on the indies.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess because Vince, you have to have a name I want to give you so I can copyright it. And you're War Raiders now.
And they also did they don't want anything violent in the names and stuff because they're considered PG. So like they couldn't be War Raiders. And it's like, come on, bro.
What kind of fucking name of a team is Viking Experience?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. It sounds like a show you'd watch on like Travel Channel or something. But anyway, yeah, I digress a lot though. The whole point of the matter is, what is Aldo Montoya? How did they ever think he was going to get over, if they ever thought that at all? He's in that get up.
I don't know.
But here he is, and he's with Barry Horowitz. They're having this match. They do some decent wrestling stuff, doing some headlock takeovers and counters and shit. It's like, okay, they're working. And then it gets kicked up a notch when Aldo Montoya suplexes Skip out onto the floor from the apron.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh shit, okay. And then he hits a crossbody from the top rope on Skip. And things are getting more interesting. And then Skip hits a German suplex and he gets 2. And Aldo Montoya is doing goofy moves, as Jerry Lawler puts it. And he gets hit with a damn spine buster. And then Barry Horowitz comes in and he does like some fucking quick pin attempts because that's his thing, I guess.
Yep, his punching and quick pins. That's all Barry Horowitz does.
And Zip wins because he hits a whoopee cushion. I didn't expect that move from him. He pins him for 3.
Chris Candido, by the way, which I thought was funny. Chris Candido was like he was overpowering. I forgot. I think it was Barry. And Vince made a comment. He's like, usually he ends up in silly situations. Because remember, like, we talked about how Chris Candido always, like, sells it silly in some way.
Yeah.
And Vince, like, talked about that on commentary. So I wonder if that kind of, like, pissed Vince off a little bit.
I think it's the opposite. I think Vince likes it.
Yeah, you think he likes it? Okay.
He probably thinks it's funny. And then he's like, you should do that all the time, pal. Like, in every match, I want to see you in a spot where you do something funny. Okay. I hate the way they made Tom Pritchard look with this fucking gimmick. Every time I see him like this, I'm like, what did they do? You can just tell he looks fucking miserable, too.
I mean, I know Fit Finley's in fucking WCW and he's all cool and shit. But I kept on, like, squinting my eyes. I'm like, is that Fit Finley? At times?
It's like, no, it's just Tom Pritchard. He's absolutely heartbroken that he had to cut his hair.
But hey, I guess the exchange was, all right, brother, I'll cut my hair, but you got to give me gold. And he got gold.
You better give me a fucking raise and make sure I win a belt.
Yeah.
I gave this a 6.2. I thought it was pretty decent. At first, I thought this is going to be some bullshit, and then it wasn't, actually.
Yeah, I gave it a 6.4. I actually enjoyed it a lot. And
It's surprising.
I kept on saying this in my head the whole time. I'm like, poor Sonny, like you had something, and then you threw it away. You threw it away with porn and drugs.
She couldn't control herself.
Yeah.
Shawn Michaels. Oh, go ahead.
Because think about it, like Sable and Sonny were like the big talk, like the big women in that time. Soon we're gonna get some Sunny Days references later on that pisses off Bret Hart, but we'll get to that soon. But take it away about Shawn Michaels. You have Vince jizzing during the introduction.
He introduces the leader of the new generation, Shawn Michaels. And Shawn Michaels comes out and he's kissing women and shit. And it's like, I wonder if he ever got sick from doing that. And I'm not saying that just because it's post-COVID. I'm not like that bad of a weird germaphobe. I was a germaphobe before it was cool. Before all these people lost their damn minds and shit.
I don't think he cared. I think he was making money, and he's like, I might kiss some hot women. I thought he was gonna kiss that fat chick that they kept on showing on camera.
He did kind of kiss a heavier set chick in the second Raw we watched.
Oh yeah, that's right.
She's a little bigger, but she wasn't like, I wouldn't call her fucking fat.
No, husky.
Sure. But like
thick with the 2 C's.
Shawn takes the time to thank the fans, and he says there were several times last night where he thought he couldn't get up, but thanks to the Click, he could. And he takes time to acknowledge Bret Hart and lets everyone know he's going to carry the title with the same dignity and respect as him.
He kind of buries, because I'm doing quotation marks with berries, Because there's multiple times the Vin Man, as Shawn Michael keeps on referencing Vince McMahon, the Vin Man, that he's facing Jerry Lawler for some strange reason next week on Raw for the WWF Championship. And then after that, Diesel. Because remember, Diesel attacked Shawn Michaels and now they're, enemies.
Mm-hmm.
I think, as Shawn Michaels says, good friends but better enemies is the quote he used. And then he said his fan base is the Clique.
Yeah.
But what I was going with this is that he kind of buries the whole Jerry Lawler and Diesel thing and talks about Brett in some way. And what I mean by that, he's given his flowers to Brett, but it also seems forced. Like, I have my attention on you.
Well, that could have been that could have been direction from Vince to do that, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And in the case of him kind of blowing off Jerry Lawler and maybe Diesel to a lesser extent, I feel like that's just kind of his attitude.
True.
It's just Shawn doesn't take most opponents very seriously anyway. But Jerry Lawler for sure. And in his case, that's okay because he's presented as like a comedic heel kind of.
Yeah.
He's not really ever been presented much as like a serious wrestler on WWF TV.
I just don't understand why he gets a shot. Like,
I don't know, but he does.
The only thing I could think of is like maybe this is like a training situation. Maybe Jerry Lawler is like teaching him somehow to like work.
No, I don't think so.
No, I don't know.
Shawn already knows everything he needs to, I think, other than how to stop being a prick. But I think it's two things. Well, not two things, but they want Shawn to be in a match that'll generate some interest on TV because Jerry Lawler is technically a special attraction wrestler on WWF TV.
Okay.
Because he doesn't get used a lot. He gets used in different spots.
Are we in Memphis next Raw?
No.
No, okay.
It wasn't Memphis, I don't think. But the other thing is like put Shawn in a match against somebody that's not going to get hurt by losing to him. Jerry Lawler won't get hurt because he's a special attraction wrestler. It's okay if he loses to him.
And he doesn't do like big flippy moves. It's usually I'm going to punch you, I'm going to clothesline you, I'm going to drop kick you, and then I'm going to do the crown.
And then I'm going to do something funny. And then you're going to make me look stupid. And then I'm going to get mad at everybody. All his work's like mostly psychological.
Yeah. I did like when Shawn Michaels was talking, Jerry Lawler was like making fun of him during the promo.
Yeah, he was kind of taking little digs at him. I didn't write anything from what he said. But the crowd starts chanting Burger King when they're talking about Jerry, and he's getting mad. It's funny.
Yeah.
And then Shawn says he'll send Lawler back to his White Castle, and I was like, good one. Yeah, when he brings up Diesel, Shawn's like, we used to be Skipper and Gilligan, but that ship has sunk. And he's going to get Chin Music, and the Clique and him are going to dance all over his face.
And did you notice people were booing Bret Hart when every time Shawn Michaels mentioned Bret Hart?
There was a little tiny, it wasn't very big, but you could tell it was there.
Yeah.
There's a contingent of people that boo Bret. Because I guess right now Shawn is the most over guy in WWF.
I guess.
So, I think that was a pretty good little promo segment there,
Yeah, I'm not fond of Shawn Michaels' promo skills, in my opinion.
I think he's great. It's just like right now, what is there to do? There's nothing for him to really chew on at the moment,
I just think Shawn Michaels, he acts like my uncle. So like every time he like jokes around and makes like the faces that he does, it just reminds me of my uncle.
So I'll say this because it's like right now he's not doing his best promo work because the issue with Bret's over right now. So he's like in this zone where he's just, I'm a funny guy and everybody likes me. That's like the zone he's in right now.
Yeah.
Because he has to be, because that's where Vince wants him to be.
He wants him to smile and be happy.
Now, a year later is going to be very different.
Mm.
And he's way more entertaining on mic at that point.
Yep.
But, I like talking about these. There's a WWF shop segment where Doc Hendricks shows us a commemorative Shawn Michaels placard. And he says it's supposed to show us his big moment when he wins the world title, but it shows a picture of Shawn diving on Sid in 1995. But why is that? You guys put the wrong fucking photo in it. What the fuck? And then we get our final match.
Undertaker versus Justin Hawk Bradshaw. I still love that name.
Yeah, I do too. I like that fucking theme he has too.
Yep.
Fucking theme goes hard. This match was kind of interesting because Taker was selling a lot for Bradshaw. I don't know if it was a thing like where Vince was like, I want you to like actually sell for this guy. I'm trying to get him over. Like, I don't know.
Either that or what I've noticed is that if Undertaker likes you, he like sells for you.
That probably was what it was.
Yeah.
I bet he started hanging out with him a little bit. And he's like, you know what? I'm going to fucking make you look kind of good against me.
Mm-hmm.
He was taking it to him in this, though. Like, he got him in the corner. When the match started, he got him in the corner and started punching the hell out of him. And then he shot Taker hard into the corner, and he eats a boot. Undertaker runs the ropes, but Bradshaw catches him and he power slams him.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, woo, Texas. He doesn't say Texas, but he does the good. He does the horns.
Mm-hmm.
And then Undertaker sets up. But he gets thrown out of the ring, and then we go to a commercial.
Zeb Coulter's out there with him, by the way.
Yeah, he's Zebekiah right now.
Yep.
Weird fucking name.
Big ass fucking gallon ass hat, whatever.
I love that and his facial hair, his crazy facial hair.
Mm-hmm.
Come back, Bradshaw hits a side slam for 2, and he gets up on the top rope and does a flying shoulder tackle for 2. Didn't expect to see him do that. Goes to top rope again, but Undertaker power slams him. He can't cover him, though. He's so fucked up from getting fucked up. Undertaker shoots Bradshaw in the corner, but he bounces out of the corner and fucking clotheslines him. So that was cool. And then Bradshaw shoots him off into the ropes, hits a big boot, shoots him off again. He goes for the fucking lariat. You see him swing like clothesline for hell.
Yep.
He goes whoosh, like you feel fucking wind off that or something, and misses. And then Undertaker, I think he hits like that flying clothesline. He does.
Yep.
Choke slam after that. Picks up Bradshaw, gives him a tombstone. Right when he goes to cover him, you see everybody stand up. Like everybody like in frame, all the fans. And then Mankind attacks Undertaker and causes a DQ.
And Mankind fucking puts the mandible claw. And Undertaker sold that as well.
Yeah, he beat the hell out of him. He hit the cactus elbow too.
Dude, I marked out for that because like the camera angle is like low where Undertaker's laying down.
It was amazing, yeah.
And then you just see fucking Mankind just fucking run and jump and doing the elbow. Which you saw Undertaker brace for, by the way. He's like, oh shit, let me turn my face.
That was a great shot, though. And yeah, he puts the mandible claw on him, and he's shrieking and shit again, and he kills him.
He's foaming out of his mouth.
It's crazy, yeah. Then he comes back and attacks him again, and then it's over. So it's starting. The feud is starting.
Yes.
Would
you give the match?
Give it a 5.8. It was pretty cool, but the match's purpose was not to be a match, I guess. It was to be interesting up to a point and then have Mankind attack him.
Yep. I gave it a 5.9 out of 10. I enjoyed it.
It's fun.
Yeah, and then that's how it goes out, right? Pretty much Mankind.
Yeah, they sign off pretty shortly after that. Like they talk about what's going to happen next week. Ultimate Warrior is going to be there. We're going to see Shawn Michaels versus Jerry Lawler, and they sign off.
I'm kind of happy they didn't do like a Mankind stole the urn, because they always like do that with Undertaker. They steal the urn and then he has to get the urn back. This is like darkness versus darkness, like two warlocks going at each other.
Instead, he's going to steal Paul Bearer.
Yep.
I forgot how all that played out, though. Like, I can't remember like why Paul Bearer sided with Mankind.
I don't know. I just think Paul Bearer, like, always in my child brain, was always like, he just manages all the evil people,
The freaks.
Yeah.
And Mankind's the new, better evil freak right now.
Mm-hmm. I gave this show a 5.9 out of 10. It got close to a 6, but it wasn't mind-blowing in any way. We had a entertaining Body Donna's tag match, Mankind versus Bob Holly, and then Mark Merrow, average and stuff. And then the main event was pretty decent, and Shawn Michaels' segment was good too.
I gave it a 6.1.
Oh, you're a little higher, but we're still in the ballpark.
Yeah, see, I liked the episode because even though it wasn't like, there wasn't any really great mind-blowing matches or promos necessarily, it was all about building. They were introducing new wrestlers or trying to push newer wrestlers. Like Bradshaw got to look a little better, in a match. And he's newer. He's only been there for a couple months, I think.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's cool because they're trying to establish and push all these newer guys. You got Mankind now, Bradshaw, Steve Austin, Mark Merrow, if you want to count him, I guess. So it's cool. It's like we're seeing new people and they're getting pushed and shit.
They're building the foundation of what's coming in this generation, because what happens now from this point is what's going to build into the Attitude Era. And you're going to see why these wrestlers are good and why they came through this time, in my opinion.
Like Mark Merrow, a cornerstone of the Attitude Era.
Yeah.
But the TV rating was a 2.9, by the way.
Oh.
They edged out Nitro just a fuzz.
Yeah.
I wanted to say there's a note about this because I checked this up, the TV rating.
Uh-huh.
Initially, I found something that said it was a 1.47, and I was like, the fuck? That's like that one episode we saw a couple months ago. It was in February. That said, it was like bizarrely low. It was like, why is this a 1.47? We could never figure it out.
Yeah.
I figured out what happened. Google's AI overview threw me off and told me that was the rating for April 1st as well. I was like, that can't be right. That's like not that the Raw after WrestleMania back then is a big deal, but like, this is the Raw after WrestleMania. It should be a good rating.
Yeah, you want to see where the storylines are going.
But what happened is Google's AI misinterpreted information from WrestleNomics that showed the average annual TV rating for Monday Night Raw. And that was 1996's annual average.
Oh. Huh.
So it went down a little bit, I guess, as the year went on, probably because of NWO. But that's what happened. That's probably what happened in that February episode that was like insanely low, and we could figure out why that was. The AI lied, and I didn't check into it close enough.
Yeah, you can never rely on AI as far as information because they're taking it from humans, that sometimes humans are stupid when they say shit on the internet.
Or it's just like AI doesn't take in the full context. Like in this case, it misinterpreted WrestleNomics information and presented that like it was the TV rating for that night.
Mm-hmm.
So it was AI made a mistake, and I made a mistake as well.
Yep. Was it the Raw that we just reviewed, or is it the Raw that we're reviewing now where there was like a commercial of a guy on a fucking bicycle and his helmet was not straight and stuff, and he just rambled about shit? Was that like a USA fucking show?
I think it was supposed to be like this bumper thing that was promoting stuff TV shows that were happening in USA. I think it was this April 1st. I ignored him because he had nothing to do with anything.
I was like, "Who the fuck are you?" And I was like, "Who cares?" And
For a second, I thought it was Jim Johnston. They filmed it because the guy looks kind of like Jim Johnston, but it's not him.
Yeah. Oh man. We're still in San Bernardino for April 8th, Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, that's definitely not Memphis.
Yeah. And if you remember, Jerry Lawler is facing against Shawn Michaels tonight. So that's why we have Mr. Perfect with
a nice
Vince.
Change of pace.
Yes. You know, I like when Mr. Perfect says shit on commentary because it's like what a heel would say, in my opinion.
I think he's real good at that. I think he should have tried to do that more. I don't know why. I guess he wanted to wrestle more than that, but whatever.
He probably looked at this like, I'm going to get paid to do this. All right, let's go. And he just did it every time Vince told him he had to.
I think in this period of time, I think he had a back injury like a couple years ago. Remember? And he's probably okay now, but he has to not wrestle for a while because of his insurance policy, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
He's got that Lloyd's of London insurance policy, and he's like, I can't wrestle. My back's fucked up. But I just want to note there's a sign out in the crowd that says "Bring back Jameson" and "Fuck you," whoever that was. Because that shit was terrible.
Yeah. Oh, and we forgot to mention in the other Raw, there was a sign that said, Eric Bischoff and Mongo makes me vomit.
I mean, Mongo's not particularly good at commentary, but he's kind of entertaining just because of who he is.
I think it's just that tribalism shit that is happening.
It's that tribalism stuff, yeah. Eric's a little better than, we've talked about him too. It's like, I think I like Eric better than Tony Schiavone on commentary.
Because Tony Schiavone doesn't even say anything. He only he tells Tony Storm, "Shut up, bitch," in the middle of the. Dude, I still laugh at that. You shut up, you bitch, and you're like, oh my god,
damn. We start with a match though. It's Yokozuna with Mr. Fuji versus Vader with Jim Cornette.
Yeah, the fucking Hawaiian Yokozuna. Braided fucking Samoan. This is Samoan Zuna.
He's full on Samoan now, brother.
Yeah.
If we would have started seeing more promos and shit with him, that stuff probably would have came out a little more. But they stand there and they just have a slap fight. Like Dana White's fucking slap fight thing for a minute.
Yep.
They invented slap fight before anybody else did. But Yokozuna starts throwing punches, and then Vader hits the ropes, and he fucking Samoan drops him, which I was like, whoa, okay. Then Vader gets up and he clotheslines him, and he starts beating down Yokozuna in the corner. So far, this is pretty cool. And then Yokozuna hits a rock bottom and a leg drop. And Yokozuna starts fucking hammering Vader in the corner. I'm like, this is cool. He's like, let's keep going. I want to see more of this.
Yep.
This is like the one time where the big guy match, you know how it's like, we've talked about this a couple times where it's like, you want to see this match, it's an attraction match, but it's two big guys. And the thing is, it's probably going to suck. And you can only really do this one time and get away with it. This is like the one exception, maybe, one of the exceptions where it's like, no, I want to see this again. But Vader... he's hammering him in the corner, and then he charges the turnbuckle, but Vader dodges him somehow. Vader dodges Yokozuna. He hits the turnbuckle chest first and falls down. So then Vader gets up on the ropes, and he does Vader bomb on Yokozuna's leg, which was like kind of laying on the rope.
Yeah, Jim Cornette holds his leg so he could break his leg.
That's right. And then Yokozuna starts screaming.
Dude, it's loud. He's like, ah!
Ah! And then Vader does it 2 more times.
Dude,
So
he wants to cripple the fucking fat fuck.
yeah, and they let you know, like on commentary after the first one, like I think Mr. Perfect's like his leg's broken.
Yep.
He just fucking says it like immediately. And then the match just stops. Vader wins, I guess, because he fucked him up so bad.
Yeah, I think the rep is like, this is gonna be hard work fucking calling this match when this guy has a broken fucking leg. So I'm just gonna call it. Vader wins.
Vader wins due to leg breakage.
Yeah. It's kind of like when you play a SmackDown games and you KO someone. That's what happened here.
His finisher KO'd him, basically.
Yeah.
This is pretty good. It was short. It was a match. I mean, I don't know. I gave it a 5.7. I did score it.
I was high. I gave the fucking big man curves, which is a 6.1 out of 10.
I'm gonna bump mine up a little bit, maybe 5.9, because I like the business they did.
Dude, I love what they do later on how they fucking put Yokozuna in a fucking ambulance, but we'll get to that later.
No, this whole thing, it's supposed to be serious, and it kind of works because you hear everybody get real quiet in there, like, oh shit, he's really messed up, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as this happened, I thought this must be the way they wrote him off to go to Fat Camp.
Yep.
This must be the timeline right now.
Especially they kind of mock him a little bit with the. I'm just gonna say they put him on a forklift.
Oh my god. Yeah, so like we come back from a commercial and they had to put Yokozuna's ass on a pallet on a fucking forklift to get him out of there.
I mean, that's after the segment with Ultimate Warrior, but I think we have to say it now because it's just goofy. Because Vader's beating the shit out of him still. He breaks his leg like 3 times. And then they cut to Yoko being lifted by a forklift. And then Vader comes back and beats the shit out of him, which is the most funniest thing ever. But I think that might have been a dig at Yoko being like, you're fat. We're going to put you on a forklift.
It could have been. With Vince, it could have been. But like, I guess we'll go ahead and talk about that too real quick, get it out of the way. Because this happens after the Ultimate Warrior interview, which I do want to talk about.
Oh, yeah, me too.
But like, we go back and they got Yokozuna outside. I fucking laughed my ass off because he's like laying there in the parking lot on a pallet. And the first thing we hear and see is him going, oh shit. He's like covered in sweat. And then you see Vader reappear and he's just attacking him with the chair. He's fucking him up and nobody can get rid of him, and then eventually he just goes away. Yeah. Yokozuna's legs fucked up more and he starts throwing garbage at the cameraman to get him to go away. And then they put him in the ambulance, but they can't even like get him on a gurney or a bed in the fucking ambulance. They have to lay him in the fucking floor.
I mean, makes sense on how big he is.
Yeah. It was kind of funny, but I don't know that it was supposed to be. That's the thing.
Yeah, it's just funny because, like, think about it. They couldn't put him on a gurney to like stretcher him out, so they put him on a fucking forklift. Like, I think I would have been better off with, like, you know, the Home Depot fucking, you know, that big little thing that you push around where you put the plywood on, and like somehow they made like a cart thing for him. Like, I would have like appreciated that more, but they put him on a fucking forklift, bro, on a pallet.
Man, and maybe that's so. It could have been. Maybe that was a subtle dig at Yoko by Vince, but it also could have been in their mind they were setting up this weight loss thing.
Maybe
part of the angle, because it's like, goddamn, they had to help him out with a pallet jack, or not pallet jack, a pallet and a fucking forklift, and he had to lay in the floor of the ambulance to get carted out. And maybe they thought Yokozuna could have lost like maybe 200 pounds and come back looking like the way he did when he first appeared. You know, which he was trimmer back then. Anyway, though. Vince is in the ring and he introduces Ultimate Warrior. And he's still really over right now. I mean, you can't fucking say he's not.
Yeah, the crowd's going nuts.
So, cool. I guess that's working. But Vince asks where he's been for 3 years. And then Warriors say, it doesn't matter. And you can't find where he's been on a map. And shit like that. He's doing Warrior shit.
Yeah.
Because he went inside his mind. That's where you go to find yourself. That's what he says. I'm like, I guess he's right, technically.
Mm-hmm.
But he came back because he said he heard voices and the people wanted him to be in the power of the Ultimate Warrior.
Did they, though? Did they?
I think so. I mean, they love him still.
I mean, they love him, but were they like being like, we need Warrior?
I think so. Because, like, here's the thing about Ultimate Warrior. Like, people, for that period of time where he was there, he was really over. He got a lot of people argue that he was more popular than Hogan after that point. And then he just went away. So,
do you remember that? I forgot what it was, but it was the guy who's the Ultimate Warrior. I forgot his real name.
Jim Hellwig.
Hellwig, and he's like, I think he was talking to this like band or whatever, and they were like working out, and he just yells at them. He's like, I've been on this earth for 52 years.
For 52 goddamn years. And you need to get down and fucking squat. It was like kids or something. He was yelling at kids.
Yeah, after he says the 52 years I've been on this earth, he just goes, fuck.
He was like pissing himself off. Like he was like supposed to be motivating them, I guess, but it was just like he was like traumatizing them.
I think that's a new video clip I need to find.
We need to find that. Yeah, show it to people.
Yeah.
Well, I'll try to find it like after this is over somewhere.
Yeah.
Anyway, though, Vince asks him how he's going to stack up against the new generation, and he starts explaining there's new challenges and there's new mountains to climb, and then we see Goldust and Marlita show up, and I'm like, wow, this is his next match because I don't remember this.
Yeah. And I think we kind of see why it's not the next match. Eventually,
did you peer ahead and check?
I don't remember them facing off at all. So
I didn't peer ahead, so I don't want to know.
I don't know either. I haven't peered ahead, but I don't remember them. And judging the body language of Goldust being all homoerotic and him being like, what is, and whatever you're into, I don't give a shit.
Oh, I love that. Hang on a
Yeah.
second. Yeah, so like Goldust gets in the ring, and Vince looks disgusted because he hates gay people. We've established this already.
Yeah.
And then Goldust starts doing his. This is their first interaction. He has the mic and he does his the shit, and then Warrior goes. He squawks at him in response, and the crowd fucking goes. I was like, that's perfect. That's exactly the way that should have gone. And then Goldust starts talking, and he goes like, "You can come in my house anytime." And I'm like, he says, "You can come in my house anytime." What the fuck?
And Warrior's like, fuck, did he say?
And then he's like, "We could play games together, and you could pretend to be Superman. And I'll climb on your back and we can fly away together." What the fuck? And then he stops him and he goes, "Hold it right there, freak." He just calls him a freak straight up. And he goes like, "Whatever you are, what is. Let me make it perfectly clear. I don't give a shit what you're into." And the crowd goes fucking nuts for that.
Yep.
And it's crazy though. Like, hang on, we gotta stop and talk about this. Ultimate Warrior just cussed on TV.
Yep.
He's never done that before.
And did you see Vince's face?
Yeah, he was like, "Oh," it was just like insane.
I gotta pay a fine now. Damn it.
And then Goldust tries to say something else. He goes, "Well, how about this?" And Ultimate Warrior like shoves his hand away from him, and he says, "Brother, if you want to go on an action adventure full-length film, I got one for you. Me kicking your ass from beginning to end." He fucking clothesline.
I laughed.
Oh my God, it was so funny.
Dude, Goldust looks fucking like his wig just flies off, and he's
popped off his head.
yeah.
And he was like laying there like he was like having a seizure or something.
He rolls out and he's like trying to catch his like brain, whatever his mental state, and like they just fucking go away, and that's the end of the segment.
And then Vince is just standing there making the shocked Pikachu face. He's like,
he just gets out and goes back to Mr. Perfect, and Mr. Perfect is like, that was crazy. That was something.
he's like, this guy's a psychopath. That's like what he was saying. He's talking about how crazy he was the whole time. But I thought this was going to suck, and then it actually turned out to be good.
I hope they have a match, but I don't know.
Like, I didn't expect, like, so I always try to be objective as I can. And I'm like, I know this run for Ultimate Warrior is like infamous for having all kinds of issues with it. But this segment was actually pretty good.
Uh-huh.
So that was cool. And then we go into them hyping up this arm wrestling match. And I'm like, oh, God. Arm wrestling again.
He must have saw that Sylvester Stallone movie.
What's that called? Flat Out? Or what?
Over the Head or whatever?
Over the Well, I'm going to look it up later. I don't remember.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's between British Bulldog and Ahmed Johnson. But I'm like, see, WWF has always had this fascination with we got to have an arm wrestling match for some reason. Even back then.
Wait until Triple H and Scott Steiner have a flex off.
Oh, that shit sucked.
Yeah.
But we go into another match, Hunter Hearst Helmsley versus Dukes the Dumpster Droze.
Yeah.
Hunter has a new girl to take his robe off. Vince says she's not as hot as Sable, which I thought was kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
It's like you're denigrating her appearance. You're saying she's not as good looking. It's like, damn, bro. Like
she had bigger tits than Sable, in my opinion, but
that's an accomplishment.
Yeah.
I thought she looked good. I don't know.
She was like, she looked like she's evolving into China. She's like a little buffed, a little bit. Like
she looked
tall.
like a fitness model. Like she's got some muscle to her.
Yeah.
She's not like a bodybuilder.
No, not yet.
Anyway, Pedo Droze comes out and just attacks him. He goes the backdrop and he's beating on him, and they have a pretty good little match that actually went back and forth. And it looks like Droze has him beat for a minute because he hits a bunch of offense, and then he actually does a cool sequence where he bounced Hunter off the turnbuckle after hitting an atomic drop. Like first he hits an inverted atomic drop.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, no. And he turns him around and he goes, we're hitting the real one. And he hits him with that. And then he bounces off and he fucking hits the turnbuckle with his face and he stumbles and staggers into him and he hits a spine buster. It was like real smooth, actually.
Yep.
Like, that was cool. And then he goes for a finish. And I don't know what his finish is supposed to be.
Isn't it called the trash compactor or whatever?
Yeah, but I don't know like what it is. Like it looked like he was going to do a power slam, I think, which is like weird because that's British Bulldog's move. But Hunter got out of it and he pedigrees him and beats him. And then Vince is like, he got him. He was surprised that he won.
Yep. Well, Droze's like, he was like fucking fast in this match. Like he was working so fast at times.
They've had like this feud that's been going on. Remember? Where
yeah.
He like fucking attacked him and shaved his head or something. That's why he has like that buzz cut now.
And doesn't he wear like the beanies or whatever sometimes?
Yeah, he wears that little beanie when he comes out. He also wears a girdle with his name on the back of it. What's up with that?
I don't know.
It's not a weightlifting belt. That just looks like a girdle.
He's lame.
I don't know. I gave it a 5.8.
Yeah, I gave it a 5.5. I was like, it's pretty average, and I enjoyed it.
Oh, I forgot about this. I didn't mention this when he was talking about the Yokozuna shit. We've already capped it off. But when they showed him in the ambulance, Mr. Perfect says Free Willy. And I was like, damn, he roasted him.
Yep.
That's brutal.
Oh man, the arm wrestling match: Ahmed Johnson versus British Bulldog.
This is funny. So I was like, oh, great. They're going to do this. I hate arm wrestling bullshit. You know what happened? They made it entertaining.
Yeah, with Owen Hart.
Because Owen Hart, he's like, it's like every time they get ready to do something, he goes, whoa, 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 hold on. No, wait. He's got all that grease on him. He can't do that. You got to tell him to wipe all the grease off of his body. And he has to use the referee's shirt, and he just starts wiping it off. He's like, okay. And then they get ready to like set up, and then he's like, no, wait a minute. His elbow's too close. You can't be that way. And the referee's like, if you keep interrupting me, I'm going to throw you out. Okay. He does it again. And he's like, hold on, no. He's not ready. He's not ready yet. Finally, they throw him out. And that gets like a good reaction. Then they do the arm wrestling thing. They also show you Diana's in the fucking audience again because they have to always do that when.
I don't know why.
Because she's there. But he beats him. Ahmed Johnson beats Bulldog. I'm sitting here wondering who's really stronger, though.
I think Bulldog's stronger.
I think Bulldog's actually stronger than him, even though he's not as big. But I'm gonna have to research that. Then it turned into a beatdown, though, because he beat him, and then Bulldog's like, "Fuck," and then he gets up and he fucking attacks him. And then he beats him up with a table. The other funniest thing that was Mr. Perfect's commentary the whole time. He's like, he's saying he was cheating. He's a loser or whatever. And he made some kind of joke about what happened. The funniest thing he said, though, was like, he's holding on to the table. You can't do that. But Bulldog was also holding on to the table.
I didn't grade this at all. It was a spot. Yeah. Main event time, though.
Yeah, Diesel walks out to be on commentary for this match.
Wearing a Shawn Michaels shirt, which I was like, that's dirty. I love it.
He's like, why are you wearing his shirt? He's like, I'm part of the clique.
I love heelish tweener Diesel.
He's a lot more entertaining.
Yeah. It's just sad we won't get to see a lot of this because he's going to WCW, but
yeah, we get like a month more of this and he's gone.
Yep.
So it's Jerry Lawler versus Shawn Michaels for the WWF World Title. Whoa. So this match was funny to me because Jerry Lawler's funny. He's doing all this work with his brain and selling. That's like what he's doing.
Yeah.
The first move of the match is they're locking up and he backs Shawn to a corner. And he very loudly yells, "Hey, everybody, here's your Heartbreak Kid right here." And he goes to punch him and he misses like it's a cartoon and he gets punched in the fucking face. And everybody goes, ah, they love that. It's just one. All it was backing him into the corner and trying to punch him and he missed.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't a bunch of flips. Something to be said about that, I think. Diesel's doing a great job on commentary. That's the other thing I want to talk about in this. He's like, it took Shawn Michaels 8 years to get that belt. I did it in 2. I'm like, I mean, yeah, what's up with that?
He ain't wrong. He's
not wrong. And then Diesel says he wants to destroy Shawn Michaels' life. And the way you do that is take the world title away. And then Vince very seriously goes, why would you want to destroy that young man's life? The way he said that was just like, and then Diesel just kind of pauses for a minute. He goes, I don't know. That's just the kind of guy I am.
Perfect response.
He's just evil, I guess. Then Mr. Perfect asks about when Shawn said he was going to kick his 7-foot ass after the MSG thing, which they showed us a clip of before.
Mm-hmm.
And Diesel goes, see, I get blamed for everything, and I get called a bad guy. He told me before that happened, hey, I got a couple vertebrae out. Can you knock them back into place for me? So I did. Just look what happened. It's funny.
I think Kevin Nash on commentary is amazing, and I can't wait until we get to WCW Thunder when he was booking it and also commentating it as well because they're hilarious.
I can't wait until we watch TNA Impact and we see Chet Snow commenting or Chet Lemon commentary with Black Snow.
Yep.
That shit's gonna be amazing.
Uh-huh.
Booker T's in the ring. Booker T's in the ring. Goes, super kick. Doing commentary while he's in the match.
I mean, that NXT thing that you showed me before, he's still doing his antics a little
He's
bit.
fucking fun. Dude, people on the internet hate his commentary. Like, not everybody does, but like the try-hard IWC people, you know?
Yeah.
We're like, this is fucking shit. Dude, he's funny. I don't care what anybody says. He's just funny.
I love when he hits on like the women in NXT. He's like, oh yeah, and then like the Joseph Vick, I think is his name is like, he's like, that's disgusting. He's like, and then Booker T just being Booker T. Like,
I love when he did that thing when Stephanie Vaquero would do her Devil's Kiss. They would be all, oh. And then she kicks him off, and then he goes, yeah. It's like, yeah, he's just vocalizing what everybody's thinking. That's what he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
But, Lawler, he pulls a dirty trick in this match, and he knocks Shawn Michaels out with an object, which I swear to God, he just pulled a psychological trick on everybody because he didn't really pull an object out. He just did this shit where he made it look like he pulled something out. He's got something in his hand. It's nothing.
Yeah, I thought he had like brass knuckles, and maybe there was brass knuckles in his fucking trunk. He just couldn't dig it out. It was like in his ass or whatever, because he like fucking pulled out his fist, and I was like looking at his fist because he was like kind of hiding it in a way. And I was like, "Is that brass knuckles?" I was like, "No, it's just his fist."
I think he's like not pulling a gag, so to speak. But I think he's just trying to pop himself or like other people. He's like, I bet I can like do this out in the ring and make it look like I pulled something out, but there's nothing there, and everybody will believe it. And he did. He hits him with it though, and he knocks him out, and then he starts getting heat, and then he hits a pile driver and he gets two, and I'm like, damn it. I hate that, but whatever. I love a power driver.
Mm-hmm.
So he goes to the top rope to do something, and he jumps off, and he just gets punched in the stomach. And then Shawn does his comeback. Forearm, body slam, elbow drop. And he goes to talk shit to Diesel. And then Lawler's taking this opportunity to get another phantom object out of his singlet. And he gets ready to attack him. And while Shawn's back turned and he's arguing with Diesel, he just goes, wham! He like sweet shit music real fast and he pins him.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, oh, that was cool. And it shut Diesel up. That's what I thought was the best part. He's like, yeah, well, you better win your match. Come on, boy, you better win. And then he sees he beats him really easily, and he's just like, oh.
And then they go in the ring and they like face off.
Yeah, he tells him to come in the ring, and dude's like, he's called me out. So he takes off his watch, which is, is always a real boss move. You take your watch off before you get in the fight.
Mm-hmm.
He gets in there, they fight for a little bit, and then Shawn claws Diesel's eyes out, and then Mr. Perfect gets on the apron to distract him. Which I thought that was the most interesting part of that to me. It was like he got up there and fucked with him, and then allowed Diesel to like hit him. And I think he jackknifed him, and that was it. He posed with the belt.
Yep.
And I was like, huh. Mr. Perfect's kind of like in this Bobby Heenan-ish role now, I guess. He's a commentator. He's not really a manager, but like he'll help people sometimes.
Yeah, he'll get like involved in wrestling stories, or he's like, I'll be right back. And he'll like do something and then come back, and Vince is like, what are you doing? Oh, nothing. That's
his good friend Diesel. This has been established. He gave him his watch back. He held on to his watch for him. He put it in his pocket. He's like, here you go.
What'd you give this match?
I gave it a 6.
Yeah, I gave it a 6.1. We're close on that. I was like, it was a good match.
It was entertaining.
Another average Raw, right?
was pretty good.
Yeah.
Decent show, good segments. Main event was fun. The big story seemed to be Yokozuna fucking getting his leg broken though.
Yeah, and like the unintentional comedy of him on a forklift was fucking funny.
It was.
Yeah.
There's a lot of funny stuff in this.
Yeah. Overall, I think I give this a. Well, what's my score? I'm fucking my brain up here. Oh, it's a 6.2 out of 10.
I gave it a 6.1.
Yep.
The TV rating was crazy. It got a 4.7.
Shawn Michaels as champion, probably.
That's it. He's a draw.
Yeah.
No, it's just because there's no Nitro.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
They were unopposed, so everybody was like, well, I guess I'll watch Raw. And they did. So,
it kind of makes sense that, like, the 2 Raws in a row were kind of, like, big. Maybe they saw the schedule in some way. Oh, wait, no, it's pre-recorded, right?
yeah, it's pre-recorded. So unless it got spoiled in, like, the damn Wrestling Observer newsletter.
Yeah.
And Uncle Eric can't spoil it because there's no Nitro tonight. So
Yeah. Yeah. Like we said, there is a Peacock stuff that we're like, or the content itself we're trying to work out. So what's the next set of shows we're going to be watching?
I think it's 2 sets of Raw and Nitro back to back.
April 15th and April 22nd.
Yep, that's right. So no pay-per-views yet. No, the WWF pay-per-views are going to be intact. That we'll be able to watch those no matter what. So we're safe for now.
Until we get to WCW's pay-per-view.
Yeah, then we're going to be in a questionable spot there.
Yeah. But anyway, remember to watch those shows and then come back and we will discuss it. If you want to watch more, get in some color, make sure you follow us on Big Trouble Media's YouTube channel. Like, comment, and subscribe. We also have Big Trouble Little Podcast. We're going to be finishing off Zach's Night Gallery Twilight Zone month, Rod Serling stuff that we do every January. And when are you guys doing your Big Zam? Is that coming up soon?
Yeah, soon, I guess. Me and Andy just have to agree on a day. We got stuff in the chamber. It's not for lack of stuff to do. You got to agree on a date.
Yep. And that's what I think so far we have in the chambers for our projects. And then we have the Stranglehold stuff that we're going to be recording soon.
Yep, the game.
Yep. All right, guys. Well, we're going to end it here. Remember, guys, to get some color. Peace out. And I'll have this guy take us out.